So some basic swing theories for you really. Here's another one. It's adjustable swing positions, things that you can adjust. They're not right or wrong. Again, there's always a trade-off. So things that you can adjust that might potentially help you depending on what you need. So one of them is footwork. You can apply footwork for more power. You know, you can lift your left heel on the way back, you can turn it out on the way through and really almost drag the right foot as you power through to try and generate more power, or you can be very stable in your swing and try and create more of consistency and accuracy. Another thing you can adjust is the length of swing. Now this is where it's really important. You don't want to adjust your length of swing to the point where it breaks down. You know, maybe you bend the arm or the knee collapses or something. You know, you could swing to here and we're still good, or to here and we're still good, and you know, maybe even a little bit further. So you can go further. What you're going to gain, you might gain some yardage. What you're going to lose, consistency, accuracy and strike. You can keep your swing nice and short and tidy, well within your comfort zone. You could gain some consistency, you can strike the ball better, you can gain some accuracy, you can lose some distance. One or the other. There's always a trade-off. So obviously you want to find a happy medium, somewhere in between the two. A length of swing so you feel like you can still give it a bit of oomph, but definitely not so far that it pulls you out, that you end up losing your accuracy and your consistency through it. You feel like it's uncontrollable. And certainly not so much that you break down your positions. I mean, that's really key. So you've always got to keep good positions when you're there. But whether you swing your golf club to here, or to here, or to here, it doesn't really matter. You do what suits you, what you like the most. But just remember, stick to your limits. Make sure you don't push past your limits. And then once you're inside your limits, you figure out how close to your limit you want to swing. Near the limit, so you can get it longer, or quite far away from the limit, very controllable, so you can be consistent and accurate. So swing speed is also something you can work on. And I'm not just talking about club head speed through impact. I mean your speed in general throughout your swing, your rhythm and your timing. Now, a lot said about, use your natural rhythm. But to me, there's no such thing as natural. And the simple reason why I say that is someone will say, well, I naturally turn my knee across. And they just do it and they don't know, that's just how I do it. Then you work on their leg work. And they maybe don't turn their knee across so much. And they repeat that for a couple of months. They do loads of repetitions. And now they don't move their knee across so much. Naturally. You get them to move their knee as much as they used to. They say, oh, that feels really weird, out of control. Well, it is weird and out of control, but that was normal to you. That was natural to you 2 months ago. So what's natural then? Natural is just what your current movement patterns sort of fall in line with. And you can change your movement patterns through repetition. So if someone says if you happen to be moving particularly slowly for whatever reason, maybe something to do with your work, and you swing a golf club and you're swinging at a very slow rhythm, and someone says, well, that's just your natural rhythm. Well, as I said, you can change your rhythm. You can practice swinging quicker a lot, get used to swinging quicker. 2 months later, your natural rhythm will be faster. You won't feel like you're trying to swing fast, you've just practiced it a lot, and now you are swinging faster. So, now we know that you can adjust your swing speed, your overall rhythm. What are the benefits? What can you gain? Well, I think a faster swing in general is more likely to generate more club head speed. I think it's just the way it is. You look at long drive champions, they're not slow. They swing quick. They swing fast back and fast down to get more torque on the transition to generate more power. So yes, you can swing back fast. If you swing back faster, you'll tend to generate more speed. It's not just about through impact. The downside is it can be uncontrollable. You can miss your positions. Your swing could break down. If you swing back really quick, you could end up bending your arm without knowing it. Things can go wrong. You can stop moving off the ball. So again, there's a trade-off. Faster swing, you could hit it further, but your positions could break down. You could end up overswinging. You can end up causing issues, technical issues in your swing, and then your swing breaks down, and then you've got issues, things you need to work on. If you swing really slow, you could have a technically perfect so if you swing really slow, you could have a technically perfect swing. It could be awesome. It could be really sexy, perfect, excellent positions, really good all the way through. You're hitting everything that you want to hit. Problem is, lack of power. Also, when you swing that slow, there is potential for a bit of jerkiness, I'm not going to hit it hard enough, give it a little bit extra, a little bit of jumping into the shot. So there are some downsides to that. So again, what is the usual thing I say? Somewhere between the two. Swing with some rhythm and some speed so it doesn't break down. You don't get jerky at it to try and get more power last minute, but not so fast that you can't hit your positions and your swing breaks down. So it's a nice happy medium. So practice that medium speed. I mean, some people going a bit slower will suit them better, some people going a bit faster will suit them better. So it's not like everyone has to swing at the same speed. I'm not saying that at all. There is some scope because some people will naturally move slower, some will naturally move faster, regardless of how much you practice. So there is a scope there, but you don't want to be too far at either end of the spectrum. You want to try and be somewhere in the middle-ish sort of zone. So there was an app called Tour Tempo, and it has 4 different speeds. It's a great app. It's like a metronome app, so it makes a beat for each part of the swing. So take away, top of the backswing, and impact. And it's a fantastic app, but it has 4 speeds. Click on the fastest speed. It is ridiculous. It is so fast. And believe it or not, I tend to be a little bit on the slower side of my rhythm. I practiced with all of the different speeds, and I got used to the fast speed. I could actually hit golf balls at the faster speed. It was ridiculous. And then the slowest speed seemed insanely slow, and yet I could swing to that. I almost started with that because that's where I was when I first started using the app. I was on the slowest one. But the slowest one is too slow. It's hard to get enough clubhead speed. The quickest one is too quick. I felt out of control. So there you go. It was one of the middle 2 speeds. And I have to say, with enough practice, I started naturally more on the slower speed out of the 2, and I ended up on the quicker speed out of the 2. Just as I got some natural rhythm and I got used to it, and I just thought, okay, this is just better. It just works better for me. But everyone can be different. But point being, you can work on your speed. If you want to be a bit quicker, you can work on a quicker speed. If you want to be slower and more in control, you can work on that and do that too. You don't have to stick to the speed that you currently have. Another variable you can have, another option, is shaft angles. You know, you can be more across the line and have more of a shaft angle change, so the club head does more travelling, it travels more distance, has more time to build speed, so you can hit it further. It might cost you some accuracy. Or you can be much more bang on plane and just more in line with it, or match the shaft angle it's set up, which I can't really stand that, to be honest, but it's something that you can definitely do. And then again, that promotes consistency, but it might cost you some distance. So think about where you would rather be. As I say, I wouldn't necessarily even want to be across the line, but at the target or just slightly off is a good middle of the ground. So you can still get some shallowing in, so still get some power, but not so much that you lose your consistency and accuracy. The last one for this video is the right elbow. Tucked in or out. Out, again, this can coincide with the shaft angle, but it can move different on its own. Shaft elbow is out, you can do more movement with it on the way back to generate more power, to get more shallowing of the shaft as well. Or you can have it more tucked in, less movement, less power, less shallowing. Whatever you would rather have. One promotes consistency, the other promotes power. Again, my usual thing, somewhere between the 2. 45 degrees is nice, so you can get it across a bit, get some extra power, but not so much that it's hard to repeat.